St Albans Reserve. So, both sides just breaking up from their final huddles. And I think East Geelong will be kicking to the southern end in the first term. And a bit of a surprise for me, Steve Overall starting on the bench for Bellpost Hill.
I would have thought he might have been a key defender.
I thought he would have picked up Bowman. I reckon Addy will probably pick up Lucas Murphy.
Yeah, I think I think McNamara might pick up Bowman.
Yep.
And Popovsky sitting on the bench.
Yeah, Headley, Dylan O'Toole, Mark Harvey, Brad Coy, as you would suspect for East Geelong. Shane Tobin, Steve Overall, Popovsky and Baird starting on the bench for Bellpost Hill. Well, there you go. There's a first surprise. McNamara's got Closter, so that's a change. And Lyman's got Cameron.
Is anyone going to pick up Ricky O'Toole in the middle?
Martin has got Bowman, so that's interesting. And Addy's going back to Murphy as suspected. The biggest clash might be in the middle. Jaden Symes is going to be up against Ben Bolton. Ben Bolton has had a fantastic final series. And Symes, the premier ruckman in the league.
We said that in the footy show this morning. If you thought that was going to be a good contest 3 weeks ago, would have laughed at you, but not anymore.
Oh, no.
Chris Morland and Ricky O'Toole standing next to each other, so that should be interesting.
Come on, look at Grubby.
So, I still can't believe Grubby's got a tyre. Start of the first term, 2012 GDFL Grand Final this afternoon. Bellpost Hill and East Geelong here at St Albans Reserve. Live and exclusive on 94.7 The Pulse. Bolton and Symes. Symes tries to get a second tap. Sean Lewis on hands and knees as well. Ricky O'Toole in there also. Dumped to the ground to the umpire. And he'll take the first free kick of the 2012 Grand Final. Looking to play in his first premiership ever. Ricky O'Toole, he goes long, Addy comes out, Murphy behind, Ryan Coy meets it, Bowman over the top of it as well, deep into East Geelong's attack, McNamara through the middle as well, he drags it back in, then tries to get rid of it, Pack develops just inside 50 for the Eagles, and the umpire will come in and ball it up. Cameron's sitting across the top, McNamara's there as well, last to get up, hands the ball back to umpire Chaston. We'll have a ball up, big pack around the ball.
Hole's fine on Ricky O'Toole. That's interesting.
Bolton, Symes gets it down, tapped on, back towards Ricky O'Toole. There's Sean Lewis as well, back towards half forward for them. Ricky O'Toole keeps his feet, handballs it nicely. Popel gets it to Robertson. He's out at half forward. He goes long towards Murphy. They're going to put one back in front of him by the looks of it. And Moreland's the one who might just lag off a little bit from the middle and just hold it up. He takes the mark. Back pocket, short little kick is okay. Urquhart takes it. Last line of defence, right in front of the behind post. In the right forward pocket, southern end of the ground. He chips the ball over the top to Hole's find. He takes it, still only 30 out from the East Geelong goal. He chips it further afield. This is what they do. They work themselves out. McNamara. Now he switches and goes to the outer side. It's a good kick too. And they've tapered off nicely. And he takes the mark. True half back for Bellpost Hill. This will be the difference there. Just waiting their turn. We'll kick it along the line if they need to. He goes now along centre wing. Big pack there. Bolton in front of the pack. And ball spills free. Tapped on again. Barton's there. Can't pick it up. Popel's in there also working hard for East Geelong. Handball shuffled out. Lachlan coming through as well. Little toe poke for the Panthers. Gets it forward. Comes towards Vedder in front of Tar. Tar keeps his feet. Now can he get around? He's ripped off. That's dropping the football. The umpire says play on. Fantella gets it around the corner. Play on. Still at half forward for Bellpost Hill. Northern end of the ground. And pack develops at 50. We'll have a ball up in Bellpost Hill's attacking zone. We've played 2.5 minutes. No score yet in the grand final.
So an interesting start, Grubby. Hard at the footy, and that's what grand finals are about.
Exactly.
So umpire to put it in the air. Half forward flank for Bellpost Hill. Nice tap down. It's into the arms of Ricky O'Toole. He kicks it to the middle of the ground, straight in the arms of Sean Lewis. Lewis now to full forward. Numbers with East Geelong back there. Chamberlain just sees it over the boundary line. And we'll have a ball in 5 metres from the behind post. So both teams in the first 3 minutes have had an opportunity in the forward line to score. This is Bellpost Hills now. Ball in, up high. Ball comes down. East clear it out to Mark, not taken there by Moreland. Attack the footy. Chalice, Moreland, two great players together in there. Ball paddle along for Bellpost Hill to kick out of the pack to full forward. Ricky O'Toole in front of the pack. He paid a free kick for
interfered with
infringement over the shoulder. So Ricky O'Toole in the last line of defence for East Geelong. Decides to go wide towards half back. Closter can't take the mark. Comes forward. Verbers on that favoured left foot. towards the boundary. It stays just inside the field of play. He's kicked it 50 metres and it's out of bounds deliberately. That's ludicrous.
Come on, Grubby.
We're playing
absolutely ridiculous.
We're playing country footy, Grubby, not AFL. Don't believe that one. The ball's gone back to McNamara for Belpost Hill. Between wing and half forward on the boundary. Kicks it further along the boundary. It's a lovely kick, and coming in there, almost taking the mark was Barton. Off hands, it's over the boundary line. We've been going 4 minutes in the grand final. Still no score.
Picked out a free kick, the umpire. I think it's going to East Geelong. It's going to Mark Vedder, I think, for a hold in the contest. So Vedder in between the back pocket and half-back flank. Outer side of the ground, northern end. No score yet. 4 minutes gone. Down the line, looking for Primke in front. Front and centre was Bolton, but the numbers with Belpost Hill. Sean Lewis pumps it back in again. Vedder gets back there in front. Good mark. Good mark.
His good form's continuing early.
He's in good form. Gives it away by hand to Ricky O'Toole in the back pocket. And his kick was smothered, and well smothered too by Holzfine, keeping the pressure on. Vedder keeps his feet. I think Joel Page kicked it off the out of bounds on the full.
The umpire said throw it in.
Oh, okay. So a boundary throw in right forward pocket. Panthers into attack. Barton up against Nolan in the ruck contest. Over their heads to the side. Tar's there as well. Vedder. Ball in the pocket. Hole's fine. Always dangerous. Very dangerous. David Hole's fine. Close to the ground. And he puts the first score of the grand final on the board. A goal. And they go to one straight goal 6. They lead. East Geelong yet to score. 5 minutes played. Commonwealth Hotel first quarter scoreboard.
Well, I think in my notes before the game, which I never got to read out, it was, in big games, I like David Holzfine. He's calm, collected, and creates opportunities. He's quick, and that's exactly what he did there to put the first goal on the board for the Belpost Hill Panthers.
The point about it, Grubby, the calmness was there. He had 2 or 3 players. He just stepped aside, went around them, and did it very well, and made it look a lot easier than what it was.
That's the way he plays his football. And they've got to really keep a good eye on this kid because he plays well in big games.
So back in the middle, umpire to put it in there, he does. Umpire, great tap down, Symes goes to that man, Holzfine again, tagged, but he gets the kick away towards half forward. And that's a good start for Belpost Hill. Stacks on the mill at centre half forward. Umpire, there it goes. Man on the bottom was Belpost Hill. Kyle Robertson for East has the free. It's a shocking kick. Looking for a teammate on centre wing. Power can't collect the footy. It's pretty strong out there. Numbers with Belpost Hill. They've got good numbers at the drop of the footy there. Now there's the umpire. It's on again. And this time, well, the East Geelong player didn't have the ball.
Who's umpiring the game?
The umpire's certainly been sucked in a bit there by some of the players. 50 metre, it's gone to Lima. And I didn't think he had the ball, the East Geelong player. It was out.
Didn't think he did either, but anyway.
Lima goes
Good
deep
kick.
to the pocket. Lovely lead there. And a lovely pass. And Joel Page is accepted. And interesting, starting at full forward. And that's a good move, Grubby. And I don't know whether they can match him down there. Chamberlain,
He's
I don't
got
know.
50-odd goals for the year, so we know he's dangerous.
But I mean, he's got a lot of them as a midfielder, hasn't he?
It just shows if they can put him back there, he can still kick the goals, I reckon, yeah.
Well, it's going to be a good kick. He's 45 metres out on a very acute angle. He comes in. It's a good kick. It's across the face of goal. And it is out of bounds on the full. No score. So at the 7.5 minute mark of the first quarter, Belpost Hill 1 goal. East Geelong yet to score.
Vedder will take the resultant free kick in the back pocket for the Eagles. Not much movement for him. He goes down the line. Long. Outside half back. Off hands. Side of the pack. Belpost Hill with the numbers at the back. They might be okay. They're going to go right and then left. They come back to Bolton. Chops it off nicely. The big fella for East Geelong gives it away by hand to Ververs, runs through centre wing, goes towards half forward. Ricky O'Toole having a rest. McNamara taller against him. Coming across and helping out Fantella. Drop the football. McNamara in support. Ververs little toe poke off the ground. Gained 5 metres. Also saw it over the line. Have a boundary throw in. Left half forward. Eagles into attack now.
Grubby, East haven't settled as well as Belpost Hill.
And not quite yet. They need some run from Ververs and Chalice and those blokes, but I think they'll get it shortly.
Boundary throw in. Bolton up against Symes, side of the pack, Hole's fine, gets it away from Fantella, goes long, Lachlan punched away and falls back into his arms. He's got some support as well, but fighting hard for it, the Panthers on the ground. And they followed up close to the boundary line. Can they keep it in? They can't now. It'll be over the line. Holes find. Saw it over there for the Panthers. Centre wing out of side. As we said, big crowd here at St Albans. Free kick found. Yeah, East Geelong.
Trying to think. Somebody put him down. It was just out of my vision.
So I think it's Cameron who gets it long to Bolton, who's taken another good mark. In between wing and half forward on the outer side. In fact, it was Mawson who got it to Bolton. So Bolton now goes long. Inside 50, looking for Murphy. Chopping it off McNamara. And match up not good there for East Geelong with Ricky O'Toole resting in the forward line. McNamara a bit taller. He gets it away to Martin. He can switch the ball. Well, he thought about it to Lima, but he elects to go just short to Sean Lewis. Takes the mark. Still in the back pocket. On the outer side. He chips the ball. They take the mark. Pisano. He's got Lewis. Ryan Coy's followed him and just left Pisano by himself. He chips the ball to Urquhart. So just on defensive 50 now. They've had 5 possessions and got to 50. He can go to Lewis. He chips it up to him now. So Ryan Coy left him. And
he should have stayed with him.
Yeah, he should have stayed with him. Yeah, because he got the ball in the end. So you see what they do. They run hard to position and then try and draw. He draws it to Symes, but Coy does pretty well. Good pressure. Got Symes. Well done. Turnover could be here. Goes towards half forward. Vervis if it sits for him. I think it's running away for him though. He can't keep it in. And it's out of bounds. Left half forward flank East Geelong into attack. Bell post till 1 straight 6. East Geelong yet to score. 10 minutes played first term.
So out of bounds, boundary road side here. Just to forward of centre wing for the East Geelong side. Tap down, went into the arms of Holzfind eventually. Lovely kick along the boundary for him. Can't find his teammate there in Barton. Comes back, does get a kick forward. Attacking the footy, Tar. Beautiful tap down to Barton. Barton tackled high. The ball's marked in the goal square by Chamberlain for East as Coy makes a lead towards the western side, but Chamberlain long kick out to the
that's a free kick.
I'll say
Mawson went up. The only thing, he climbed on his teammate's back. I think that's probably why it wasn't a free kick. Ball ends up in the arms of Sean Lewis, and a lovely little chip pass has found Fletcher. Bell post still making all the running at the moment. They've gone towards Page at forward pocket. It's into the arms of Baseley. He's
Lachlan.
Yeah, Lachlan in trying to... I reckon he tried to twist and down he went, and that's a huge loss because I would suggest that's the about the end of the penny section here. And in the meantime, Baseley very unselfishly across the face of goal found Moreland, and they're 25 metres out, 45-degree angle. Chris Moreland has the opportunity here to extend the Bell Post Hill lead. Moves in. Good approach, good kick. He's dragged it to the left. It is only a behind, but it does increase the Bell Post Hill lead. 1-1-7, East Geelong yet to score. Coming to Feen Hotel first quarter scoreboard, 12 minutes gone.
I think they may have to call for a stretcher here.
It's
this
coming
kid's
out
in
now.
Awful agony, awful agony.
So the stretcher on the ground, so Mawson will have to wait to kick it in again because he is in the right back pocket for East Geelong at the northern end of the ground, Drew Lachlan. So we said, did his knee last week or did some sort of knee injury last week?
I guess, Grubby, they obviously rolled the dice, and to do that in the grand final, it's a huge gamble, and unfortunately I'd suggest for East it hasn't come to being, and technically they'll be one down for the rest of the game, won't they? I can't see him coming back.
Well, they will, and their rotations will be all mucked about now too. And look, he was on crutches after the game last week, and I sort of looked at him and thought, gee, he'll struggle to get up. Obviously, you're right. They've decided to roll the dice. They've decided to play the game, and I think they lost.
The thing about it, Grubby, in training, he could train Tuesday, could train Thursday, do the straight line running, do the handball, do the kicking, have no problem.
Looked like Caleb Baseley was trying to test him out, didn't it?
Exactly.
By going left and right.
Yeah. And the moment he went onto the weak knee, over he went. And it's probably a good ploy from Bell Post Hill because he's one of their key players.
Well, he isn't any longer because I've got a funny feeling he won't be coming back after that. He had the binoculars on him. He's in great pain. And look, I tell you what, I know he's a very, very good player. Matter of fact, I've said it many times, he's one of my favourite players, Lachlan. But, gee, it was a big risk to play him, and that risk hasn't paid off at this stage.
No, he's had a great final series too, as it's happened. So not on a stretcher. Don't have to come through the gate. On a stretcher, Popel on. Lachlan straight off.
Mawson's got the footy at full back.
Who was
East
that
Geelong.
idiot that said you have to come off through the gate?
It's the Bill and Ben flower pot men show down the front here. Look at him. Hey, back to the glory days.
Someone who knows nothing about
All
football.
we need back's a cookie, and we're in real strife. The kick in from Mawson was terrible. Oh, Caleb basically got his head ripped off. And at half forward, we'll take the free kick. So pump it back in for the Panthers. He goes long towards the square again. Tar uses the body, gets up. The big fella push, said the umpire. And he was early with the call. Mawson, the smaller man there, he was always going to get pushed out of the way by Tar. He goes short, chips it over the top to O'Toole. He goes over the top to Robertson, still inside defensive 50, out of side of the ground. Chips the ball back to Mawson, playing bell post still at their own game here. Mawson still inside 50.
Well, that might be one way to do that.
Maybe.
You see if you can play the same game.
He chips the ball towards Closter, puts one hand up, can't take the mark. McNamara, Power leaves it behind. Through the middle. No player can take the ball effectively. At centre wing now, handball backwards is okay because Lima runs through the middle, goes with the right foot kick, and is it too wide? No, it's just bounced in the field of play and boundary throw in. On the outer side, half forward flank, just on 50, Bell Post still into attack northern end of the ground. They lead 1-1-7, East Geelong yet to score, 15 minutes played first term.
So the ball back into play from behind. Headley now doing the ruck work for East. Hit the ball forward. Mawson tries to pick it up. He's immediately tackled. Umpire said the ball's not going anywhere. I'll take it. And interesting, Page at full forwards created some problems for East Geelong back there. As the ball comes down, goes forward from Fletcher. That was Holes find again at the full forward. Vetter, a little bit too much pace for Tar. Picks the footy up, can't control it, however, and either pressure or perceived pressure on Vetter on that occasion. He fumbles it over the boundary line. So good work, Justin Tar. He's enabled Belpost Hill to keep that ball inside forward 50 as we've been going 15 and a half minutes. Off. Primke did the ruck work, tried to take it out of the pack, picked up by Baseley, goes towards full forward. Only person there for East Geelong is Mawson. He takes the mark. Goes towards the lead. Well, Ververs was leading for it. Then he stopped. Now Closter has the footy. Handball to Coy. Picks it up. He's immediately tackled. Umpire says no prior opportunity. So almost in the centre of the ground here at St Albans. 16 minutes gone in the quarter. 1-1 Belpost Hill. East Geelong yet to score.
They're doing all right here, East. They're probably getting beaten all over the ground. They've only allowed one goal through.
Bolton goes up. Symes tried to get a second tap down. Pack around over the shoulder, said the umpire. East Geelong free kick back into the centre square. Be Robertson with it. Not much to kick to. Bowman gives him a lead at half forward.
Oh, that used to be 50 if you ran through the mark.
So now he goes to the outer side, running onto it. Chalice doesn't take the mark. Fursland's got the job on him. He goes left, he goes right, he holds it, he gives it to Bolton, he'll have to give it back. He thought about it, Chalice ran to him though, unfortunately. Now to Ververs, uses the pace around the boundary line at half forward, goes towards Bowman, goes up, Martin comes back on him. Could have been a free kick, but no.
I thought it was.
No, and he gets it short to Fletcher. Inside defensive 50, chips it over the top, Symes by himself. At half back, Ververs stands the mark, he just chips it back to Fletcher. That's where they've got to roll up here, East Geelong, and just keep the pressure on them. Now Martin, Brad Coy comes up to the mark on him. He goes short. He thought about short to Fletcher. He goes further. Ooh, dangerous kick, especially when it doesn't sit. And it's out of hands of Whitney and boundary thrown. So East Geelong still into attack. Outer side 50-metre zone between the half forward and forward pocket region. Southern end of the ground, boundary throw in. Symes up against Bolton. Over the back, punched away by Fursland. Still in the contest, Symes shuffles it out, close to the boundary line. Page is there, draws a player, gives it away to Fletcher, handballs it over the top. They link well when they go. Tobin gives it to Fantella. Oh, Ricky O'Toole chopped it off though. Page comes at it again, drops the football. Great tackle, Ricky O'Toole. Still at half forward for East Geelong. Now they've got it. Mawson gives it away by hand, off a step. Robertson goes towards Bowman, coming back there. Urquhart keeps it in front of him. Murphy bears down on him. He needs some support. He gets it as well, and they get it, flick it out the back to Lima again. He goes long down the line towards the boundary line. Closter getting back there. Robertson. Ball spills free. Closter on hands and knees, can't see it in the field of play. It's out of bounds. Throw in, wing half forward, outer side. 1-1-7 Belpost still. East Geelong still no score. 18 minutes gone first term.
True centre wing. Ball comes in. Symes and Bolton. Symes the better of it marginally. Comes down to ground. Belpost Hill kick towards half forward. Big pack of players go there. Belpost still get it to ground. Stacks on the mill. Umpire has said player didn't think he had too much opportunity getting rid of it,
Robertson.
but Lewis has the free kick. And for Belpost still, Lewis just chips it. Moreland, no, in fact it's Fantella out there. He takes the mark, another chip. There's a player on his own. This time it's Moreland. He runs a deliberate kick. I think he's kicked it to somebody in the grandstand out in Boundary Road. That's a poor kick from a good player.
I think it was McNamara, actually.
Oh, was it?
Yeah.
He's run down from half back. So, yeah, Moreland's at centre half forward. You're right. Chalice takes the mark from that kick, but he's still deep half back flank for East Geelong. They need to get some movement. There's a chip and finds Ricky O'Toole.
No, Dylan.
Oh, Dylan
Looks like him,
O'Toole's
doesn't he, when he ran?
When
Didn't
he
he?
did there. Chalice accepts a handball. He goes back. Chamberlain. He chips it out wide again. Coy now. Where's he going to go? I think that Grubby, they've got to get a bit more positive, don't they? They're not playing their game. They're trying to play Belpost Hill's game. You agree?
Well, yeah, I do agree, and it's probably stopping Belpost Hill from scoring heavily, but they can't score themselves, and that's the name of the game, score and win.
Certainly they're not running forward as they did last week, but the ball backward of centre wing, thrown in. Big pack of players contest the ball in there. Players, who was that? Primke? No, it wasn't Primke. Closter had no chance in the wide world of getting rid of the footy, and he got pinged. So Moreland it is. Long kick inside forward 50. Big pack of players. That was Robertson again. No, it's Mawson this time. Good mark in the defensive 50. Chips it toward middle of the ground. Primke from behind. Was paid the mark, obviously.
No advantage.
Well, it can't be a
Free kick it was.
Must have been a free because you can't pay advantage on the mark.
So the ball now pumped forward by Addy. Addy's followed up, picks it up. Good handball to Fletcher. Fletcher now hooks it to the left, but in the road there is Coy for East Geelong. He comes to handball to Dylan O'Toole. O'Toole now, oh, that's a terrible kick for your forwards. Murphy almost the mark, can't hold it. Fursland accepts a handball. Chalice tackles. Ball well judged toward Tobin. Takes the mark, middle of the ground. 21 minutes gone. 1-1 Belpost Hill. East Geelong yet to score.
Tobin gets it out to McNamara, gives it away. Page in the hands of the trainers as well. Moreland gets it over the top again to McNamara, still in the middle of the ground. He goes with the right foot kick. The lead on from Tar. Hits the big fella. Takes the mark 50 out from goal. And we'll shoot it up 45-degree angle.
Doesn't look too brilliant, Grubby, either.
He doesn't look too brilliant. He doesn't look really bad either. We might see him again yet. We'll have to get some word from Belpost Hill at quarter time. But, yeah, you hope that that's then the war of attrition. You know, we don't lose too many players. I hope we won't have anyone left.
No, true.
So Tar, 50 out, 45-degree angle, northern end of the ground. This for the second for the Panthers. Comes in. Good kick. Good kick. Very nice from the big fella. Does well. Tar puts his first on the board. Second for Belpost Hill. 2-1-13. They lead East Geelong yet to score. Commonafine Hotel first quarter scoreboard. 22 minutes played.
Well, I just got to go back to what you said before, Eric. They are putting pressure on their defence. They're doing all the things right down there, but they're not running forward of the ball. And Belpost Hill, even though they've only kicked the 2 goals, East Geelong haven't even looked like scoring at all.
So I'm just trying to...
Left ankle.
Left ankle. Left knee, something like that, but Joel Page would be a huge loss if he can't come back on in the middle. Tap down there by Bolton, but the ensuing clearance goes to Belpost Hill, and the way they spread, it's fantastic there. Picked up there, who was that, Nolan on the ground. There's a whistle on play. The advantage paid, no, the ball's going to come back. Interesting, the free kick was paid, and I thought advantage could have been played, but Belpost still weren't allowed that, so it's come back to Tobin. There's Moreland hovering round behind him for the handball. Didn't happen. Tobin now on the left foot towards half forward. That just into the hole there is Robertson. Doesn't he read the game well? So Robertson for East Geelong. Without him this quarter, Grubby, they'd have been in big trouble.
Oh, I think they would have been a few more goals behind, yeah.
So Robertson there goes towards Power. He's got 2-1 to beat on centre wing, and the third one, Moreland, comes in, picks the footy up. He can't get clear. Chalice can't get clear. The tackling from Belpost Hill is outstanding at this point in time as the ball finally comes back again to Robertson. Gets the kick towards Chalice on centre wing, and a good mark from behind. Chalice has taken the mark. Goes towards half forward. Murphy attacks the footy, gets it to Power, over to Bowman. Bowman now goes around on the left foot, but there's a great tackle there by Moreland. Has its second tackle as the ball picked up by Power, not taken. On the ground, Harvey. Harvey sees Murphy back towards the full forward, but that's a nice little chip pass from Mark Harvey that's landed in the goal square and rolled through. So that's the first score of the day for East Geelong off the boot of Mark Harvey. There, 1 goal 6. They trail Belpost Hill 2-1-13. Coming to Fiend Hotel first quarter scoreboard 24.5 minutes.
Well, that was the type of football they've been playing for the last couple of weeks. And Lucas Murphy, he gets the ball. A lot of full forwards see if they can do something with it. He just goes bang and gets it off to a teammate, gets back, and that kick from Harvey, that was 6 of one, half of the other. I'll put it in a spot where if Murphy, you're the only one who can get it, and if you don't, it's a goal. So great play, young Harvey.
So Barton having a run in the ruck for Belpost, still giving Symes a rest. Headley for Bolton. Barton gets it down. Primke off the back flank. He toe pokes it. Ricky O'Toole gets across there as well. And picks it up on half back. Runs through centre wing. Left foot kick to half forward. Coy on a long lead. Right next to him, Urquhart. Urquhart gets there in front of him and happy to handball it back to Pisano. Goes towards centre wing with a kick. Barton looked over his shoulder. He was the one that the ball was coming to. Primke just stood his ground. Handball though. Numbers with Belpost Hill for the moment. Sean Lewis. Ricky O'Toole got it back out through it, said the umpire. And a free kick to the Panthers on centre wing. Popovski goes towards Tobin, takes the mark at half forward, plays on, goes towards the lead. Chamberlain taps it away, punches away. Fursland to run onto it, got some pace. Ververs gets around him. Fursland left foot kick, back, Vetter in front, bounces over his head. Coming in, Robertson punches it away. Mawson back there in support, got some time. Chamberlain gives him half a Shepherd. He chips it over towards Primke. They've switched the play to the opposite back pocket. They're in the right back pocket. They go along the line, outside, half forward. Nobody to kick to, though, really. Popovski over his head. Ricky O'Toole, if it sits for him, he's away. He's on centre wing, draws a player, handballs it over the top to Nolan, running now. Goes with a kick towards Bowman. Tried to put Martin behind him. He's too smart for that. Handball was okay. On the up to Nolan, followed it up. 55 out, squares the ball beautifully to Closter. Closter thought about running on. He does. He gets around Urquhart. 40 out from goal and has kicked it. Good play, East Geelong. Ryan Closter kicks his first. Second for the Eagles. They go to 2 straight goals, 12. Belpost Hill, 2-1-13. Commoner Fiend Hotel first quarter scoreboard, 26 played.
Well, again, fantastic movement all the way from down in defence. You said Robinson was fantastic down there before, Eric. But I tell you what, Chamberlain's done a few nice things down there too, and they started the ball rolling. And Closter, well, he took the mark. We all know, he knows, he kicks his goals on the run better than he does when he's standing still. So he decided play on and makes it a lot easier for him.
I agree with Chamberlain. Did the backman thing, big punch, and cleared the pack and got it out in the open. Good play there by East. And last 5 minutes, they've certainly looked much better. From the tap down in the middle, it went to Moreland. He handball forward, was lucky enough to find it to bounce back to himself. Runs to forward 50, a skimming pass has hit Tar, who was leading forward. And there's nothing much that the best defender in the league can do in a situation like that, Grubby. Beautiful kick, beautiful lead, and the opportunity for Belpost Hill to answer within 30 seconds.
Fantastic that was. That was championship football, that was.
So Justin Tar, man on the marks, 35 metres out directly in front. Tar, Belpost Hill kicking to the northern end in this first quarter. Moves in. Got the first one comfortably. And I think that one's gone across to the left. He's missed it. That could be a bad miss as the game goes on. 2-2-14 Belpost Hill. 2 goals, 12 East Geelong. Commoner Fiend Hotel first quarter scoreboard. 27.5 minutes gone.
So Mawson waiting for the footy to come back.
Well, that was a let-off, wasn't it?
Oh, yeah.
When something happens like that, I think Tommy Perrott just sits back in his coach's box and basically says, look, there's nothing we can do about football like that. That was brilliant football.
Mawson kicks it in. Robertson, great mark. Finger tipper at half-back takes it. Been a revelation at half-back this year, Robertson. Been fantastic. Drives it towards centre wing, looking for Closter, goes up, big confidence player. He kicked a goal and he took a good mark there. It'll be a long quarter with the stretcher. Goes towards half forward, Primke goes up, can't take the mark. Oh, great play, second effort, blind turn. Goes with the right foot kick towards the leader, Murphy. Addy's right next to Murphy.
Beautiful.
Plucked it if you don't mind, at centre half forward. And we'll shoot from 50 out straight in front.
Oh, this will be a big kick, Grubby.
Yeah.
It might be just outside, but I tell you what, a player who's kicked 100, who knows? I reckon he'll give it a real shot.
So Murphy, 50 out, straight in front, southern end of the ground, comes in. Left foot kick, giving it everything, close to the line, off hands and through.
Again, as I said, might be just a little bit too far out for him. And some of these blokes around the coach's box who think they know everything might want to move away for a while.
2-1 playing 2-2, 29 minutes gone.
The quick kick in for Belpost Hill comes. They found Lima still inside defensive 50. So 29 minutes gone, perhaps not too long to go in the quarter. And the little chip pass has found Pisano. So Pisano still inside defensive 50, called a play on by the umpire. The chip has gone to Martin, and that was a good kick because Martin was surrounded by 3 East Geelong players, but it was pinpoint accurate. So Martin there for Belpost Hill as the siren sounds for quarter time in our grand final, and that quarter time, Belpost Hill 2-2-14 lead East Geelong 2-1-13.
And the goal kickers at quarter time, Eric?
All single goal kickers for Belpost Hill, David Holzfein and Justin Tarr. And for East Geelong, Ryan Closter, excuse me, and Mark Harvey.
So 2-2-14, Belpost Hill leading East Geelong 2-1.